Imagine this. You earn $5,000 every single month. Sounds like a comfortable income, right? But here's the shocking truth. What feels like financial freedom in one country might barely cover rent in another. Today, we're diving into a real lifestyle showdown. With $5,000 a month, how far can you actually go in the USA, UK, and Canada in 2025? We'll compare rent, food, healthcare, transport, and even leisure. By the end, you'll know exactly where your money stretches the farthest and where it disappears the fastest. So, let's start with the biggest expense everyone faces, housing. Let's face it, rent or mortgage is usually the biggest chunk of your paycheck. So, how much does $5,000 a month actually get you in housing across the USA, UK, and Canada? In major U.S. cities like New York or San Francisco, a one-bedroom apartment in the city center costs between $3,000 to $4,000 a month. That means most of your $5,000 is already gone before you even buy groceries. Move to a mid-sized city like Dallas, Austin, or Atlanta, and rent drops closer to $1,500 to $2,200. Suddenly, your budget feels much more livable. In London, rent is brutal. A one-bedroom in central London averages around £2,000 per month, $2,500. Step outside the city into Manchester or Birmingham, and you'll find rents around £900 to £1,200, $1,100 to $1,500. In Canada, Toronto and Vancouver are the big wallet drainers. A downtown one-bedroom costs $2,000 to $2,800 CAD, $1,500 to $2,100 USD. But in cities like Calgary or Ottawa, you can find decent housing for under $1,500 US. So after housing, how much is left for daily life? Let's break it down with food and groceries, where the differences are just as surprising. Food is something you can't escape. But what's shocking is how differently $5,000 stretches, depending on whether you're buying groceries in New York, London, or Toronto. In the U.S., a single person spends around $400 to $600 per month on groceries. A family of four? Easily over $1,200 to $1,500. Dining out adds another punch. A casual meal is around $1.15, $20 per person, and a nice dinner? Expect $60 plus with drinks. In the UK, groceries are slightly cheaper than in the U.S. A single person averages 250 to 350 pounds, $320 to $450 monthly. Eating out? Pub food might cost you 12 to 15 pounds, $15 to $20 per meal, but in central London, restaurant dinners can jump to 50 to 70 pounds per person. In Canada, groceries are often more expensive due to import costs. Expect around $400 to $600 CAD, $300 to $450 USD per month for one person. Eating out? A casual meal averages $20, $25, while dining at a nice restaurant easily crosses $70 plus per person. In Canada, groceries are often more expensive due to import costs. Expect around $400 to $600 CAD, $300 to $450 USD per month for one person. Eating out? A casual meal averages $20, $25, while dining at a nice restaurant easily crosses $70 plus per person. So far, we've seen how rent and food eat up your budget. But what about the silent killer of your wallet? Transportation and healthcare? That's coming up next. After housing and food, two of the biggest costs that can quietly drain your $5,000 budget are transportation and healthcare. And here's where things get very different in the USA, UK, and Canada. In the US, car ownership is almost a necessity outside big cities. Monthly car loan payments average $500 to $700, add $150 to $200 for insurance, and around $150 for gas. That's nearly $1,000 a month just to drive. Public transport? A New York subway pass costs $127 per month. In the UK, especially London, many rely on public transport. A monthly London travel card costs around £160, $200. Car ownership is pricey too. Petrol is nearly $7 per gallon, plus road tax and insurance. Many prefer trains and buses to avoid the high cost of driving. In Canada, car ownership is also common. Average monthly costs, including loan, insurance, and gas, can hit $800 to $1,000 CAD, $600 to $750 USD. Public transport in cities like Toronto, a monthly pass is around 156 Canadian dollars, 115 US dollars. Healthcare is where the US shocks the world. Even with insurance, you might pay $300 to $600 per month in premiums. Without good coverage, a single ER visit can run into thousands. For many Americans, healthcare alone eats a huge slice of the budget. In the UK, healthcare is funded by taxes through the NHS. That means most medical services are free at the point of use. The real cost is hidden in your taxes, but monthly out-of-pocket medical bills are close to zero unless you go private. Canada also has public health care. Similar to the UK, most essential services are free, but things like prescriptions, dental, and eye care may cost extra. On average, Canadians spend $100 to $200 CAD, $75 to $150 USD, monthly on out-of-pocket health expenses. So, after rent, food, transport, and health care, how much of that $5,000 is left? Let's break it down with some lifestyle choices, entertainment, shopping, and savings in the final part. Now here's the fun part. After paying for rent, food, transport, and health care, how much of that $5,000 is left for enjoying life or saving for the future? Let's see how far your money goes in each country. In the U.S., dining out is fairly affordable. A casual dinner for two might cost $60 to $80, and monthly streaming subscriptions are $15 to $20 each. Gym memberships average $50 per month. Nights out in major cities can add up, but entertainment is relatively accessible with a $5,000 budget. In the UK, a pub dinner for two is around £40, $50, and streaming costs are similar to the US. However, concerts, sports tickets, or West End theater shows are pricey, sometimes £100 plus per ticket. Entertainment is rich in culture, but it can chip away at your budget fast. Canada offers a balanced lifestyle. Dining out costs $80 to $100 CAD, $60 to $75 USD. For two, gyms are $60 Canadian dollars monthly, and hockey games are iconic but expensive. Tickets often start at $120 Canadian dollars, 90 US dollars. Many Canadians prefer free outdoor activities like hiking, which keeps costs down. After covering all essentials, an American on $5,000 a month might save $500 to $1,000, depending on location. Big city living like New York leaves much less, while smaller towns offer more room for savings or investments. In the UK, savings potential is slimmer. After rent, transport, and taxes, many may only manage £200 to £400, $250 to $500 a month in savings. London especially leaves very little breathing room on this budget. Canada falls somewhere in between. With $5,000 a month, you might save $500 to $800 CAD, $375 to $600 USD, depending on city and lifestyle. Housing eats a big chunk, but healthcare savings help. So, can you survive on $5,000 a month in the USA, UK, or Canada? The answer is yes, but with huge differences. In the U.S., you'll enjoy more disposable income but risk big healthcare bills. In the UK, you'll benefit from free healthcare but face high taxes and rent. And in Canada, you'll find a balance, but housing still stings. Now I want to hear from you. Where do you think $5,000 stretches the furthest? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, so we can dive into even more global money comparisons.